gonna build an axe too. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I think a few of my like friends who played Dota on lesser level or whatever, they kind of quit to playing the game because they just felt like every game there was those type of heroes, and if you don't win the game like before 20 minutes, you basically just lost. At least in the lower rating games and stuff like that. So I can definitely see why more people are upset about that. At least when it was like the thing that everyone was playing. But yeah, I don't think it's as good anymore as it used to be. I still think if you get to that point, it's gonna be annoying to deal with, but there's definitely tools that you can play around for it now.
yeah, I think there was an arsenal of issues, which was kind of like leading to that culmination of Morphling OP, right? It wasn't just
Yeah,
oh yeah, Shaker plus Morphling. It was I think the most stupid one that thank God they got rid of it was how would you like two separate HP bars? And
yeah,
I'm just
that was pretty dumb.
you're just sitting there like, why? Why was this ever needed? This is like the most ridiculous, over the top thing. Because I think like something that maybe doesn't get hit on enough when we like break down games is this whole idea of like HP as a resource in fights, right? I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
shout out to Jenkins. I remember like we had a discussion about it like a year ago, and it's this. If you look at some of the best teams, they're very good at min maxing the amount of damage different members of the team take, right? It's like it's kind of like a tap in tap out. You know, like when you're playing with those like Tekken tag team or whatever, and you switch fighters. It's that kind of feeling to a fight. And Morphling just breaks the game in that sense because you get a sick fighter all of a sudden.
Yep. I think I can kind of agree with that. I think now it's not the same at all, but it's still a good tool if you get to that point. But it's definitely you can definitely like you have tools to deal with it. That's like the main point of it. Also, but we didn't talk about too much about Omega's heroes. They have Mirana Doom. Nothing too crazy there as well. Mirana, casual Mirana, kind of like they just seem to like it a lot. And the Doom. Doom is definitely a hero that people are picking still quite a lot. Some teams are valuing it way more than others, and I still think it's a really good hero to have. Uh, it can work pretty nicely against the Morphling as well, on lane as well. If you get to pressure him the first few levels, it's really good. Obviously, later on, if Morphling gets some levels, it's not that easy for Doom to lane against it anymore, but still can trade farm pretty well.
Well, nice pace type hero. I think the cool thing about Doom, right, compared to like most offlaners, is his ability to continue to accelerate net worth wise, right? Like you think
Yeah.
about a lot of offlaners, if they don't feel like they're in a position where they can control the game, you see their net worth start to like power off. Whereas Doom, you get to like 50 minutes in the game and they're up there with the POS 2 or the POS 1's farm.
Yeah, Doom can definitely always he will always keep up in the farm because of his Devour being so strong. Um, but yeah, Bane and Void Spirit coming out.
Oh,
Bane just
and it's a spirit battle.
yeah, so Ember Spirit as well. So I like the Bane pick in that sense that he's really good against trading with Mirana. Mirana doesn't really want to trade with Bane at all. It's also pretty nice against the Doom in the first three levels because like Doom doesn't really do anything to Bane, so he can just hit you non-stop. And that's what they need to do. They need to secure this Morphling few levels a head start, and then he will feel really good on this lane. But the Ember and the Void Spirit, yeah, they're just casual heroes that both teams want to have that can make a lot of space. Like they can just run around, get some runes, and just do a lot of stuff. They have TPs ready, so there's not like anything weird with these two heroes. They can,
No.
in theory, they can still play the Void Spirit as well on a side lane if they want to, and they put like Doom mid or they put Doom somewhere else as well. So they can even play the safe lane if there are a team like that who does that, or a 4 and play 5 Mirana.
I think the thing I like a lot about Voice Spirit in this game is, I mean, it already feels like a decent Voice Spirit game to rush Ags, right? Like,
Yeah,
because
it's a really good X game for sure.
like Spirit Vessel doesn't feel that great anymore, right? After the nerfs to it. So like while you feel you might want one against the Morphling, a better counter is like the double silence. It stops him. It's a great instant initiation. It's also a good way of finding the Shaker, the Bane. I feel like whoever jumps who first so far from these two lineups is gonna kind of assert dominance in the fight.
Yeah, it's a decent Jules game for us, well, the Void Spirit. I think he might even want to go for that before, because it's not only that you can kind of save yourself against the root of Ember, for example, but it's also a really nice setup tool for the Mirana, and Void Spirit can really own Ember with this type of thing. You just Yule him and you use the Remnant, and there's no way for Ember to do anything about that. So you can lock down on Ember for a while, and then maybe go for an Axe. I do like the Axe as well. It's a really good Axe game, but I think he might want the one item before it. And the
Yeah.
Yules, I feel like it's a really good item as well in this game.
I love the point about Yules because like I don't see it as a defensive Yules game either, right? Like you don't
Mhm.
ever need to purge anything other than Searing Chains, but The thing is, you have loads of aggressive use, which offsets the worry that, oh, well, Shaker could stun me when I come down from yours.
Yep. It's just like it's a good offensive item. Like I said, it can set up a lot for your own heroes as well. Mirana loves to have a Yule set up for himself, and they have there's also Doom can kind of war stomp with the Minotaur or Centaur stomp. So there's some tools. There's a Spectre again as well, though. Didn't talk about that too much. Good Spectre game. There's both supports really don't enjoy playing a Spectre. Morphling, the other hand, is quite good against Spectre in a way. So that kind of matchup kind of goes in a way that both have some timings where they can own each other. So it's gonna go a lot on the lanes again in this game. That who's gonna have the how to say like who's gonna control the base of the game. I feel like Omega has this time though like they have better lane setup already by the looks of their heroes. So they should get a better start than they had in the last game. Last game, they really looked to have really weak lanes from the start. I am curious though that are they just gonna pick a 5 here, or are they gonna pick something else? Because I do think that the Spectre does need a stronger support in order for them to get more for the Spectre. Last game, they really didn't have a good lane for that guy.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you look at that lineup right now. If you stick a Mirana on that lane as a 5 week,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't really nominate any of the other two.
True.
I mean, you got the Doom combo, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if do you feel like the spec's going to be protected enough on the lane? I mean, I guess it depends on Infamous's final pick because this should be their offlaner.
They should pick an offlaner that is good against Spec and Grimstroke somewhat. The Necro is banned.
I like that the Beast was banned as well.
Yeah, Beast is really, like they have banned some good heroes against it, so I'm thinking like potentially like a Viper offlane. You don't see it too much, but it could be something they could look for.
It gives you that break against Spec late as well, right? Because no one on this team is going to build a Silver Edge. Unlikely that you have a Spirit Vessel builder either.
Could go for Darkseer as well. Surprisingly, neither team has picked it or banned it here. A Viper was actually banned even from Infamous, so there's no Viper. So Darkseer could potentially be good. It's a good game hero against Spectre as well. They want to go for the LC again. Yeah, I mean LC is gonna have a free lane almost in this lane, but I do think that at least this time the Spectre should be able to get more than in the last game he had. So, it's actually no, never mind. Yeah,
Don't confuse yourself.
Yeah,
just follow through. You're like, I'm right. I know what they're doing. They're not doing anything funky.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the region that I think was most infamously a few months back running Ember as the Force. So you never know.
Yeah, they do. They have there's one team that plays Ember 4 a lot, and I also thought about they played a lot of LC mid, so that's why I was wondering if it's LC mid or something. But no, it's just an offlane LC. Good to have that. I think the lanes are pretty good set up right now. They can get some Fisher block stuff for the LC to set up a good lane for him. So, yeah. But I think this time Omega has better lanes than they had in the last game. So I think they should be able to kind of match that tempo. Now it's gonna go more down to how do they just execute the lanes? Because both teams can definitely win their lanes by. It doesn't look like last game, for example, they had that Cop Mirana lane. I don't feel like there was anything that Omega could have done. But now at least their lane is somewhat better, and they can at least contest that lane. So it's gonna come down to play and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing, like when you look at the drafting philosophy, both teams have kind of adjusted from the first two games, right? So like when you look at Infamous, it's not all about let's just trounce the lanes and snowball, but they give themselves a good pivot point to kind of escalate. Same for Omega Gaming, who were previously about this ginormous team fight. Yeah, they've got this like double doom quirky element to their draft, but you can see how they can make individual plays and pickoffs, especially with this Void Spirit.
Yeah. They have a lot of things they can set up for themselves. Yeah, the Double Doom is a nice tool. I think people are nowadays. I feel like this Soulbind is a good spell still. It did get a lot of nerfs. Like it doesn't like. I think it was very crazy when it slowed. Now it doesn't slow anymore. But that spell has like kind of. I at least when I play Grimstroke, I don't even think about too much the ulti. I think his other three spells are really strong, and that's what I'm looking at mostly. Also, what I'm looking at, and they only have like one combo right now with that spell. Outside of the Grimstroke himself, so they had to do. They don't really have anything else that works well with that. So
exactly, I feel like it's one of my favorite things to kind of highlight with Grimstroke. I'm glad you brought it up. Is this whole idea that he has a huge arsenal of tools at his disposal, and one of the biggest mistakes we saw teams make in the early days of Grimstroke's release is over fixating on Soulbind and be like, oh
Yeah.
man, we need Lich. Oh, we need Doom. And it's like, oh, we need other targeted things. And then you get to the end and you realize you have this weird kind of amalgamation of heroes that are completely reliant on the support to win the game.
Hmm. And I think also some of those spells were even buffed back then, but people were, well, I mean, I think Soulbind back then was really strong because it did have
Yes.
that very crazy slow as well, and that slow was something that I consider being the better tool of that spell. Nowadays it doesn't have that anymore.
But that's the thing. It wasn't about like the targeted
Yeah,
spells. It was
yeah,
about the absurd slow.
yeah. Mostly, I mean, that's always nice, but yeah, like you have a lot of the other things as well that what makes Grimstroke good, so you can definitely see it. Yeah, the lanes are set up. There's some Fisher blocks going on. They're starting as a tri lane with the Mirana. I would expect the Mirana to go bottom because I feel like this Doom will be extremely sad.
He'll get wrecked, right? Like he's practically
Yeah,
no armor against the Morphling, and you have no way to pressure him from being full agi.
yeah. And they're actually just sitting the Bane here, so they want to secure. Like they're fine having three lane because I think Morphling is completely fine having 1v1 against Doom. You're not gonna be able to pressure Morphling. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to pressure Morphling after the first 2 levels with the Doom Mirana.
Meanwhile, top Panda is being called out, would be brought down. I love that they do that. They noticed he took Stroke of Fate earlier, and as soon as you know that information, you can just jump on top of him. There's no worry about an in-swell escape.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like mostly if you skill Inkswell level 1, you get it for a kill. If you don't get kill, you feel like you don't wanna. Like it's so hard to make use of this hero with Inkswell level 1. So I feel like they should even though if they didn't see it, they should probably expect that he doesn't want to skill that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's that case. Like usually, you would be able to somewhat posture at the start at level 1, right? But because they start with that tri lane and they see you've got Stroke of Fate, they know that they can easily kill you in those situations.
Yep.
And then they shift it. They've actually stuck Ins down bot, so we'll see if someone actually comes to assist Bakaz or if he's just content being left alone here.
Yeah, they're just sending Axel in. So yeah, this is but Paka's already got level 3, so I think they can be really happy with Infamous, how the lanes are setting up for them. There's gonna be some hard thing that they can pressure this Morphling, and Bane also has the boots with that first blood. Oh yeah, he had it already before that, but he also got some lot of regions, so he has 2 salves. He's like, he can tank a lot in this lane, so they should have the thing I talked about a few minutes ago. I think they have lost this bottom lane already on the side of Omega. I think they don't really have much to do in this lane anymore, and I think Oscar's just dead as well.
Yeah, that says it all. It's not like you're now going to pressure him. You're a Mirana. You don't really click very hard. Yeah. 2 points, the morph's good enough.
It's that thing about Morphling. It's that people still maybe tend to forget. It's like it's really weak those first 2 levels, but once he gets to level 3, you suddenly can't do the same thing that you can do to this hero and just kind of bully him alone, even with 1 hero. But now he has a raid band, he has level 3, he has some stats, so it's not gonna be that easy. And Bane is also just a really strong hero against this Mirana. Like you can see, Bane just can trade with Mirana whenever you want.
I think it's that kind of the interesting balance of Morph when he hits 3, right? It's like if you are able to move first, usually he's just running away and it's kind of a lost fight. But if they move first, you always can kind of balance your health to the point that like they either run away or die. Meanwhile, top, Pepita refuses to ever run away. He never looks back. But he's chasing onto Panda with that oof slow, small enough, and Michael secures the kill. Definitely secure.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, they won't. I don't think they would have got it because otherwise, like you have to dive tower constantly with tower aggro. Meanwhile, mid though, we're pretty even, but I feel like Dark Mago is winning this on the regen factor.
I think he has a bottle coming for the Ember right now, so if he does get the rune, I think he can be completely fine. But yeah, I think this matchup is kind of 50-50. Like I don't think there's a high, like either of them. I don't think is gonna win this. It's kind of skill matchup a little bit. Maybe you can do a bit better if you just play do some sneaky stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be like in paper. It should be kind of 50-50. Now there's the rune spawning. Both of the teams are trying to help each other to secure the runes.
Whoops.
But instead, Michael gets the rune.
Mago, he done an interesting remnant there, and as a result, he's gonna die. Whoopsie.
Yeah, that's a whoopsie. So yeah, Infamous is up to a pretty good start right now. 3 lanes are already going quite well for them. At least the Spectre, like we said. Now he will have a better game, and that's important for them to have it because their other lanes are not going so well. So at least they're gonna have a Spectre better than in this game. He can go for drums, whatever. Yeah, it looks like he's going for drums, and just try to be a bit more active.
I also like that move coming out from Michael at that stage. Like, it's not just the runes. Like, even if you don't necessarily get the rune, at that stage, Void Spirit's still a kill, right? Because whenever you're a Void Spirit, you're absolutely, end of the day, trying to avoid having to level Dissimilate early because you need all that extra pressure. So it was like a good critical point. I feel like Ember, if he reaches 6 first, then the Void Spirit has to be afraid in this lane.
Yep, for sure. And it's also when Ember gets that level 6, he's also able to have a TP ready. If something happens on side lanes, he can always rotate faster. It's kind of the same thing with Void Spirit also if he gets his 6. So yeah, that definitely helps him a lot, having that kill for him and just can pressure a bit more, get some levels, farm while he's dead.
Yeah, because they really are both the pacemakers in this game. They set the pace for both teams. Of course, I think maybe for Mega League, I keep saying Mega League. I mean, it is the tournament. For Mega Gaming, it is a little bit easier to like connect with kills because you've got, you know, a hero like Mirana naturally wants the ganks, and you've always got this haunts to play with, right?
Yeah, they do have, like I said, now they have a Grimstroke as well. If he has some good, like he has a pretty bad game right now, but if he does get some levels, they will have a lot of like nice tools to do stuff around the map. In the last game, they were really relied on the Kunkka to set up most things. Tiny could have done something as well, but right now they don't really need anything in order to make plays. They just need levels, and then that's kind of the biggest factor. Sure, when they get some Yule Scepters and other things, it's going to be easier to set up these skills, but they're not going to be so cooldown dependent on this game, and they definitely have tools to fight. But however, like I said, if the lanes are going to go this bad, it's going to be hard to make any stuff happen because they can just kind of counter gank you and do your stuff, and they might even be the team that is going to be reacting in themselves instead of making moves themselves. It's still early on, and they can still definitely like turn this around.
Yeah, it's that classic, oh, you see the Ember go bot, go top, don't respond, go top instead. Like, just try and mirror the movement elsewhere to like mitigate the damage overall on the map. Panda, I mean, Michael, that is a value DD, my friend. You kill a mid, you kill a 5. Anything else? Anyone else?
Yep, he's getting off to a good start on Shaker, getting a lot of gold, and also on top of that, the Grimstroke feels really sad. You don't have any boots, you're pretty far from that, so getting all those kills, it's really nice.
It's okay, he's got the poor man's boots.
True.
He's like, I already am hunkered down, I know how crap this is gonna be. They just got and you said that scary sentence I never like hearing. Shaker is off to a good start. At least I don't like hearing it if I'm against the Shaker. Because this is the type of hero that, like, the moment he gets a Blink Dagger, the game completely changes.
Yeah. And he's like, also what he's been doing is that he's getting a good game, but he's also not taking too much out of his cores. Like, Papita is getting solo XP all the time. He's giving him solo XP and getting a lot of stuff here. Sure, Mingata is farming pretty well, but it's still pretty like raided lane for them at least. So I think their supporters are having way better time, and I think the cores are kind of doing even anyway. So that might come into showing later on how it goes from there.
Yeah, it's also when you talk about, you know, the fact that Omega Gaming only really need XP on their heroes. When you look at Infamous, like they've, out of all the supports, they're the one that has that one that when you give them some gold, you get a lot. Like if I compare all 4 of these supports, there's only one that kind of, if we were to tier list it, right? Like you can maybe put Shaker in like the A or S tier, and then the rest are kind of like B tier in terms of what they do with gold.
Yep, pretty much. I think the Blink Dagger on Shaker is gonna be a big game factor for sure. There is the good thing, that list that I like for Omega is that they do have a Spectre, which is one of the better heroes against Shaker. So even with the Blink, it can make some fights hard for them if they get to start the fight and he just haunts in. There's gonna be some hard time for getting him good echoes, but we'll see. This game is still early on, and there's gonna be a lot of things that can happen. Right now,
like he might get greedy and build an axe instead.
Yeah, he is queuing up for it, but I don't think he's gonna do that. I really think it's...
Do you really doubt? I don't know if you should. Yeah. Duel coming out. Legion wants that first win. He can't quite get it. They do get the kill. Oh, they might get more. And KXY wants to tickle away at Mirana, but he's being greedy with his build. He still hasn't got a point in Searing Chains. This feels like a wasted maneuver.
But Omega is still doing pretty well. Like, even though they're like kills, like they're behind in kills, they're still farming really well. Like, their mid laner is still ahead, and they're also ahead on the Spectre. Or like Spectre is a bit behind, but
No
Mago
problem.
might be dying here.
Yeah, Mago is now out of Astral Steps. He didn't get the kill because the creep stood in the way of the arrow. However, KXY is going to force his team to come back and protect him here. Probably crying in the mic right now. I have no sort of setup, no wave stunning. Can you please come and do all the work for me? You're a pos 5, but you've been there. You know that feeling.
Yeah, he might be doing something like that, but
Jesus, Axel,
really
calm down.
crazy. Axel is just chasing. Just wants that kill.
I don't think it's happening, bud. You just need to leave. Get out of here.
They might kill him as well. He doesn't
Nope.
have a sleep right now.
Oh, he's gonna lose the courier as well. Whoops.
But then he just turns it around and kills the.
No, he wants kills instead. This guy's bloodthirsty. He doesn't want to kill innocent creatures. He wants to murder the owners. Mago forced away though, because KXY had finally had enough of this and did come and help his supports. A very weird skirmishing between the two sides.
Very, very like Bane going all the way to the almost tier 3, and just chasing that Mirana all the way.
Hey man, points for commitment. Like, you're a Bane. What's your job in the early stage of the game? Harass heroes. All right, well,
Pretty much.
there's a hero. Get him.
Would like them to give him some XP because he can definitely do a lot in this game as well if he gets his level 6. So I think what they're doing is really nice. If KXY can be active right now and just give like few ways of XP for Bane, it really does make a difference for their supports to have a better game.
Of course, it's not the easiest game to get a full duration Fiend's Grip off, but like the time it takes for Omega to respond, you usually get at least half duration, which should be enough time to kill a lot of these heroes. KXY will kill a hero top, and look at that. When stacks work not only for you, but for your enemies, as he manages to dodge out the Ink Swill entirely.
Yeah, it's that, and like, it's just like what maybe sometimes people understand too well is like the Ember is already at that point that he doesn't really need to farm. Like, he just want to run at the enemies and make pressure. Like, and at the same time, you can still give a lane to your support who has kind of done his job right now. He wants to get his level 6 and be able to do way more as well. So I just like what they're doing. I think it makes perfect sense. You're giving your support a better game, and you're also still enabling your other heroes, and you're not like throwing away your game either. This is kind of how you want to play Ember. You don't want to sit on your lane and just farm. You just want to be doing this thing and make the enemy be kind of annoyed non-stop. So they're doing some good stuff.
That's true. I think the interesting thing though is like I think he knows that he has to be this way due to his build, right? Because he's laying against the Void Spirit, he couldn't max out the Flame Guard. There was never real pressure.
Yeah.
But that does make you maybe a little bit predictable, is the counter side to that, right? And you never want to... I don't feel like you want to rotate towards Oscar either, because there's always that Doom threat.
Okay, so Michael just bought a point booster, so he might just actually just go for that.
I was waiting for it. I like saw the gold coming up. I was like, maybe
Yeah.
he just picks a stuff Wizardry, so he has a 4 stuff. Nope, he's like, I know what I want. This is the classic POS 4 saying, well, I could control the game from like 16, 17 minutes. Instead, how about we wait until like 26 minutes and then I'll dominate the game.
I mean, it is...
Fiend's Grip.
Okay, Fiend's Grip, yeah.
They found Mago. Good pick. He won't be able to get away. And they
That's
can actually
nice.
push for tier 1 mid as well.
Getting some XP for him, getting his 6, and they get a good kill, maybe getting pressure now. KXY is connecting.
Oh, they ain't done. Like, I had the duel. I want a target, and they'll find them around. And look at this nightmare.
Even sleep
Axel,
here, yeah.
he loves being in this area. I think he just misses playing on the dire side. Minigati is going to chase in and make him pay for it. And it looks like they're literally just going to leave him to die because Doom does show up.
Yeah. They're getting a lot of damage in the tower mid as well. They should be able to defend it because Oscar is here now and he's pretty strong. But still, a lot of good stuff. Oh, a Doom.
Well, that may have been too early, though. The Horn's going to come out. They're chasing forward. Dark Mago does get across. He had 1 Astral Step, and it's enough to get the kill onto the Ember. Black has to choose a place. Echo Slam. Michael moves in. Who needs a Blink Dagger? They literally come to you all game. And that'll get him even closer to that axe. Still a long way off, but he's like, guys, how would a Blink Dagger have given you a better initiation? Maybe I would have saved my Ember. Maybe he wouldn't have had to have died. But Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I'm talking about the axe. I didn't get to talk about it because there's a lot of happening. But yeah, in this game, I still think Blink is better. but at least I think I kind of get his idea why he wants to go for the axe. Is that there's the reason that there's the Spectre in the game, and it just makes your like blink dagger not that reliable in the game. So going for the axe tool is kind of nice against the Spectre. You will always have this nice little chance that you can, even if he holds in, you can still jump in and get your echo, get your other spells off. So that's what I can see for his reasoning for the item.
There is no reasoning with Impus right now. Panda's going to be brought down. I get where you're coming from. It's that idea that, well, if I'm not doing it, who's our counter initiation? So Michael's just trying to like be both at once, right? I can initiate, but also, you know, if we jump first at the horn, I can be the turnaround player.
Yep.
He wants to be everyone. He's that classic POS 4. I can do it all.
Yep.
I feel like I'm half on the POS 4 kind of role. Like, you do get those players, right? That like in a game, like, I had a good start. I feel like I could really control this game. Now, that does mean that I'm going to be a bit slower to come online, but guys, I'll control the game.
So, I mean, I think if you have a good game on a 4, like really good game, I think you should look to play it like this. This is like 4 is kind of, you would say it's like a greedy. It's well, it's a greedy support, but that's like
you
how
convert, basically.
Yeah, like you can play different ways. That's kind of what people like playing against 4. You can kind of play this like not hitting creeps, just run around, do stuff happen, and you can still scale because you're not supposed to be buying these sentries and all this stuff. So.
But, you know, you do lose heroes in the mid lane. Emma gets picked off, and Mago's not even going to die for it. They use the Fiend's Grip as well, which means they can just run at Infamous. There will be a kill onto the Voice Grip before that occurs, so Axel will still be chased down. The duel's going to come out on the Panda, and they have the damage to get the duel win. Axel did buy a lot of time, actually brought the rest of Omega around to the rest of Infamous. And Inns, he hasn't got any leaps, so he will die as well. The Eve slow ensures he cannot move away from Pepita, and Bakaz is here to assist with that kill. Much needed assist, which does actually gain Miss Lincoln's Sphere. So now he's very free to play the game however he wants.
Yeah, it's a really good Lincoln's game. However, I'm not sure if it's still. I think there was at least some point. I think if you soulbind a target and the Morphling is around that.
Oh yeah, you can doom the target and he'll still be doomed. I think that still works, right?
Yeah, so that might still like they still might have the little factor that they can still doom him if he gets soulbind, but it's still not that easy. So Lincoln's is the good item in this game.
I feel like what Infamous are doing a really good job of a lot of the time is ensuring like Mago can't make plays because of the defensive astral steps. Like you can see he's going to get a kill because of the haste, but it's not an easy one. Axel's making him work for it. And the movement in, the Doom comes out on the KXY. I'm not really sure what he was thinking was going to happen. You have to assume that is going to be the outcome when you make that sort of move. And Mago moves forward. They're chasing him with those drums activated. They're going to try and turn around the Doom. There's going to be an Echo Slam coming out with the duel. They're able to get the win. 1-for-1 exchange right now, and Axel is still alive for all this. The man who triggered the entire fight is living. He's got another brain stab. He can turn around, get him lower. Soulbind's going to come out, but what's it going to do for you? You've already lost another hero. Doom is down. Minigane is going to go down as well. So 3 dead on the side of Omega, and they're going to try and turn on the high ground and fight. Mago goes in. He's able to find one on Axel. We'll find a second as they bring down Michael as well. Mago trying to move away. Waveform forward. They don't have any lockdown despite him having no steps. A very peculiar way for both teams to engage. Leads to a very even fight.
Yeah, and that was I think that went better for Omega than I thought. It looked really bad from the start, but there's just the Morphling is showing up and surviving that fight, and Spectre dying makes a big deal. Like now, his mana timing is gonna be slowed, and they're gonna have this timing that they wanna look for is gonna be at least like 1 or 2 minutes slower, while Morphling again is gonna have he's closing on this E-Blade. So there's gonna be this little thing with these 2 heroes. Going, they want to catch Ins.
Oh, Axel like at it. I mean, I've got to respect this man, the moves he's been making. However, can they get the kill? 1 more hit's needed on Dark Maga. They got Sleight of Fist in 2 seconds, but the Astral Step gets him away. Bane.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Yes, he just about gets it. So Bane doesn't die for nothing. They do get the kill on the Void Spirit, and all of a sudden, Omega need to run away. They might need to leave tribute to the Ember Spirit behind, though. That tribute should be covered. Sleight of Fist. He's one more tap for Peter. He says, I could have done that sooner. I could have given you the kill. But then, but gold.
Yeah. Panda is having a really rough 2 games at least now. Like 110 last game also he died a lot, but just not having the best time of his life. I guess sometimes it happens. But the thing that I did want to mention is that last game we had that LC, who had a pretty rough game, and we talked about that. He doesn't really scale that well that much, but now we have a LC who has 50 dual damage already at 70 minutes in. So this LC is gonna be a big problem as well once this game keeps going on. He already also bought the new drums recipe, so he just wanna keep having these drums charges and keep running at them.
I mean, it's a battle of drums, right? Like both sides.
Yeah.
We saw how Omega fought with it because of top with those drums activated. Same for Infamous, really. And I mean, we're seeing a very different comparison here, right? Like there's loads of Pitter bred in the world. However, Pandas, it's very easy to see how they're going extinct in these type of games. Although, for once, he's not the Boss 5 Dynast. The Bane's brought down. Arrow sidestep, though. They mistimed the Yules. And Mago has got the Remnant, but KXY doesn't care. He will in a second, though. Oh, Lincolns. They pop the Lincolns. They ain't got to do many more. That means it's going to be an instant turnaround on top of Mago. Brings him down with a duel. And all of a sudden, they're like, Mirana, what are you doing here? I'm a bet Mirana, says Picasso, as he turns into the lady on the kitty himself. And they all chase down, but not be able to finish her off. Look at the shot come through. He's juking and jiving with the trees. And he'll at least dish out some damage before dying as he will go down. They're trying to turn around for B now. The Horn's going to come in. Kaz trying to help out, but he actually needs to get out of this himself. He's got reinforcements coming in. Michael, here comes the Echo, the casual, slow walking in Echo Slam. He's like, guys, don't worry. Soon it'll be less awkward because I finally have the gold for an Axe.
Oh, they can grip the Spectre here as well.
Oh, they can. Oh, man, Axe. Dude, moment of silent respect for Axel.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with that. We're done because more heroes are dying. We've got to talk about it. Spectre's going to be brought down. They find the double kill for KXY. And I honestly, like, the reason I get that moment of silence, I feel like if there was one person right now that you have to highlight on Infamous that is making so much happen in this game, it's Bane. It's Axel.
For sure. He has been doing a lot. He's been warding really well. And he's also just constantly making these aggressive moves and playing on their side of the map. And it just often like makes you games when you play like that. So you're not reacting, you're making your own moves. It's so much easier to play the game.
Uh-oh.
They have Axe now.
They got out. Well, that wasn't really the Axe reveal Michael was looking for. He was promising this epic reveal. However, Picasso says I don't even need it. If it scares them away, it's good enough. He finds the pick off on the Panda. And I'm pretty sure at this rate, the only place you're going to see him is in like a Chinese zoo. It's getting very sad. What's he at now? 12 deaths? 1? Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not his.
It's not his best showing right now.
It's not the best series for him that he could have. But yeah, sometimes you have some rough series and, you know, stuff happens.
You know how Pandas, like they got the specking of black and white? Well, he's just completely black from all the bruises.
True.
Beating the crap out of him. Oh, Fissure. We've reached that point, guys. We knew it was coming. We didn't talk about it because it's funner to reveal it and talk about how stupid it is. It's the double shaker, baby. Meanwhile, on the river, Mago, he's running places, but he doesn't really have anywhere to go. It's a little bit poetic, but so true. The other place he's going to find himself is in his fountain, though. And while that's happening, Grimstroke gets picked off by the forces of double shakerism in the bot lane. Oh, good lord.
At this point, you hate playing support. Especially when you're like so screwed already, and now you're just gonna be constantly dying in this place. Like there's gonna be an Axe Shaker or Axe Morphling just jumping at you.
You know what it is? It's like one of those. It's like one of those situations where you're a soldier pinned down by a sniper, and then you're like, "Crap, this is already really bad." And then as one of your guys tries to leave cover, you get shot by another sniper. Like, there's 2 of them. Oh crap!
Yeah. Kind of this. I don't know. It's just gonna be a. He already has a hard game, but it's gonna be 2 times the harder game now because there's gonna be this double shaker or double Axe just constantly killing you.
I just love the priorities from teams, right? Infamous like double Axe, shake. And then Omega, what's their big strategy? Mirana just loves killing couriers. If that's like his 3rd or 4th, Inz is just like, dude. Even if we're getting the crap kicked out of us, look at all the gold I've brought in from murdering innocent creatures.
I mean, couriers kill so much gold right now. It's gotta give the respect to that guy. But yeah, I think it's cool to see Axe every now and then, especially when you're not playing against it yourself.
When you're reminded of its existence, you're like, this is broken. You go pick it up and regret it straight away. Oh, Aegis is being claimed. Shaker in a little bit of trouble. They jump in with the double doom coming out and straight onto the Bane, who's trying to do the best he can. He's going to be brought down though. So 2-for-1 exchange, make that free. But now Shaker, or should I say Morphling Shaker, jumps in. They're trying to do what they can. Emma's stunned up in the meantime. The taunt follow up from the Aether Remnants enough to bring him down. And they just ignore the Morph. Him versus the world, and he decides the world is too mean. He needs to leave. They don't have a Remnant for 2 more seconds. They might be able to predict him out though. And it looks like he might give over both lives. The arrow throw is beautifully done.
Okay.
And when he comes up, he has got a waveform. I don't know if it's going to get you far enough away, though. Ins says, screw this. I don't like this. Help. It doesn't matter. Sure, you might die. But because he's not going to, he's going to bring down a second Mago. Now it's Minigati. I don't know if he can do this anymore. This is completely backfired. You need to respect the Morphling at this stage in the game. You have no real way to counter him out. And all of a sudden, Minigati's the one trying to run away. But don't worry, the real Shaker has arrived. You don't have to be confused anymore. There's 3 versus 1, and no longer is there a Spectre as they finally find the pick.
Okay, so it looked really good for Omega. That fight all the way, it starts from double doom, and they kill everyone else, and it looks like, okay, it's gonna be a free Morphling, but he just man-fights them, and he gets the Void Spirit ulti, or like he morphs into him and then just turns it around.
Yeah.
6 stuff from them.
We'll also keep in mind that's the Ags on the Void Spirit as well, right? So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh yeah,
that's
look at
true,
this, everyone's silent. It's not like he's lacking good Ags morphs in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
game.
I actually missed that as well. Yeah, that was really nice as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh. 1 and a 2 and a bye.
Oh boy. Well, we did talk about how well they have been playing as a team on Infamous, but it's like Pakas is doing a lot of work as well right now. It's
Exactly.
14-0.
It's like whenever you watch it like this and how clean it is, it's almost like they're just sitting there and it's like, Michael, you go. And they're like, no, you go. And it's like, all right, I'll take this one. You take that one. Okay. They decided they had enough of this game though. Like, I don't blame them. What do you do as Omega?
It's not that easy. You have diffuse on Manta in 20 seconds. You have Haunt, so that's the best thing. You have to.
I don't think you're gonna have a base in 20 seconds.
You might lose the game before that.
They're not done yet. He's even winding up the arm, and the Fiend Script comes out. Does get interrupted. Minigati is already down to half HP. The buyback comes out with the Grimstroke, and the Anarchy continues. The Morphling moves in, finds skill in. Doom's gonna be thrown out onto him, but he didn't morph. He's gonna be brought down, and Shaker even jumps into his own death. Echo Slam comes out, but I don't really know what you're hoping to achieve with her. Capita's gonna be silenced up and slowed down. They are actually holding. Infamous get way too greedy, and a price must be levied upon them. A tax must be paid. As KXY is able to get away, he shouldn't die here. They can't club him in time. He does TP away, but a message said, Infamous, don't get ahead of yourself. The game is almost done, but almost is not completely.
Yeah, they're just maybe overextending a little bit there. I mean, they did get some kill, but they got a buyback, so maybe they thought like they can get this free Grimstroke kill and just turn it around, but no, they get the Doom on him and he didn't get the Morph off, so that's still a way that he can lose the fight. They have to pay attention to that.
They might lose more if KXY is not careful. He's only got 1 Remnant and he's refusing to throw it out. We see this greed from members all the time. He does get away with it though. And there might be a price to be paid in return. Michael says hello. Who wants to get stunned? He's gonna stand his ground though. The Stomp's gonna come out. The Remnant as well. BKB gets activated by Oscar. Now they're gonna try and get the kill on Ember. He has got 1 Remnant to work with. Doesn't get far away. But Oscar, he has no scorched earth. He just has to TP away, and Mago might be left behind to die. Michael can move in. Oh, the Remnant. Beautifully done. Seems greedy, but he planned that. He knew what he needed to do. However, Ins, he's panicking. He's got 1 more leap. It's better be a goddamn good one because the Shaker is coming.
They know where he is. So
this is like playing battleships right now. You're like, no sinking of the battleship today.
Yeah, I mean, Omega is in some rough position, but they're still doing some good stuff for the last 2 minutes now. So they're still holding at least. And they have reached a good timing on Spectre as well. The Manta Diffusal is there. He's close to a Basher as well. So this Spectre is going to be a threat that they need to still like give respect to. And they can't overextend still too much. I still think Infamous is like the heavy favorites of winning this game, but there is a good timing for Omega right now with this Manta Diffusal timing that they can't just ignore.
Well, you know, Fret and Treat are just 1 letter away, and you know, I've got 1 word for you: Ags or Shaker. Both are appropriate. They kind of tell you what's happening, and that really is the be-all end-all. Whoever jumps first, and because it's not waiting around. Jesus, this is like watching Jurassic World when the raptors hunt together. Like, who is the GOAT right now? We're going to find out. It actually might be Minigatti if he doesn't move quick. They're hunting. They're looking. Oh, and they won't quite find it. They had a smoke, so they were getting ready. They knew exactly where he was TPing.
So the best way, I still think, if they do, like we saw that one fight, they got that double. They should catch.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best play. Just let Infamous, I don't know, outplay themselves.
They should just keep running. Yeah, they should just keep running at them. They know where they are. Yeah, they're pinging them. This is. So if they get the double soulbind, let's say they get the soulbind on either the Shaker or the Morphling with bonded to anyone, they still lose all the value of this axe because they can't use it, I think. So
yeah.
So it's still gonna be like, they still have to respect this. Like, even though they're feeling really good, they can still lose a fight very easily if they overextend a little bit too much.
It's a combo that can bait yourself as well, right? Oh, but is it baiting you this time? They found it, the big one. They'll move in, they'll try to turn around the Doom coming out. They're doing a lot of damage here. They'll bring down the combo of both the Morphling and the Shaker. They have actually got the Fiend Grip out of Minigatti, and no one's interrupting Axel, but they don't have the damage to complete. KXY is going to be brought down as well. He can't find the kill on the Minigatti. Instead, he is going to die. And so close yet so far. This Spectre moves away on 150 HP after wiping Infamous.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about. You better respect the overextension. The Spectre is really tanky. Like,
you can feel it, right? Like, it's that feels good factor. It is one of those combos. There's a like select amount that exists in Dota at any given time where you just feel like anything can be done. Anything is possible. You're in complete control of the game, and it can be your downfall so easily.
Yep, that's the thing. Like, sure, you're really strong. You get soulbinded once, and you get double doomed, and both of these heroes they're just gone. You can't do anything, and there's not many items that they get. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, they're trying to go for. He's trying to go. Okay, he's going for BKB now.
Well, not just that. So he's going for BKB, and Michael's queued up a link. Oh wait, no, he switched up. He's going Aether.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So
he's like, I'm not getting that much gold.
Yeah. They're still in a good position, but they do need to respect this. Like, now it's 1k difference, and if this Spectre reaches to this cutting point, I don't feel like they can kill the Spectre at that point anymore. Like, they need to actually bring like 4 to 5 heroes and just find him alone in order to kill him. Like, they almost got him there, but it's still like, that was basically using every spell out of the Morphling's book and every spell out of the Shaker's book and still survive.
Yeah,
that's
I think
still,
the other thing to think about here is that they don't have any natural Silver Age builder either, right? Like, maybe Pepita could go for that next, because otherwise, I feel like you're gonna actually lose half your own HP pool from the dispersion before you even get Spectre close to death at this stage of the game.
Yeah, he has a lot of dual damage, but it's still like not easy for him. He has kind of went for this support LC build anyway. Like, he has all these, he has Vlad, drums, Solar Crest. So even though he has a lot of damage, I don't think he can get a lot of value of it with these type of items.
Yeah, and I feel like that was another big thing about the last fight, right? Like, they made that play without the Legion, and hopefully learn from that and they start playing as 5. However, you can already see Omega doing the same thing. Arrow will not connect. They're just zoning away because Roche is up. This is that type of moment in the game where whoever gets their hands on an Aegis could easily win this now. And they're actually moving towards KXY, but they're too slow.
So both teams know it's about Roshan, and they're kind of warding and playing to that point right now.
Here's the problem right here, Pexu. They saw Mago bot. They know about this. They smoke up straight away. They're making a move.
Smoke. Should catch Oscar here for free. Oh,
it's got BKB. They're going to move in to reveal it all. The stuns are off the mark to follow up, and the BKB, the Soulbind's going to come out. But the Fiend Grip is there. The duels, well, they make sure there's no double doom. And all of a sudden, the plan falls apart. They need to retreat fast. They might be able to find Axel, but I don't know if they can hang around for more. Because on the side, they lose the Mirana as well. And that means they're going to have to forfeit the Roche as well. They used the Horn. They didn't get the double doom out. And all of a sudden, Infamous, they calibrated. They corrected. They realized what was going wrong. And they made sure it didn't happen again.
Yeah, that was really close that he gets the doom there. But really good job from Papita there, getting that duel. Also the grip they had there. So
it's one of those moments where you like stack stuns. Like, that's really inefficient. Like, I don't care. If he dies, we win. I don't care. Everyone, cast your spells on this ass.
Pagas is still chasing bottom. Now he gives up.
He's like, that's okay. I'm here for tower.
But they're not taking Roshan out of this. I thought they would just go for Roshan with those kills, but
it's okay. Pepita's got
they end up chasing. Yeah, now they're going, but I think they're gonna be maybe too late.
There's
don't
no
have
horn for 60,
yeah.
though, right?
There's no horn. There's no horn, so they can probably do this. But I would still expect Omega to think about at least contesting this. Sure, you don't have horns, but Spectre is still quite strong.
The moment you said that, just two Shakers jump into the pit. I'm like, nah, there's... I think that's gone, bud. I don't think you touched that.
They're too late for it. I mean, it is pretty hard without the horns. So maybe they feel like it's gonna be too big of a risk. But now they don't have the tool of just soul binding the Morphling and dooming him now because he has the Aegis. So they have to find some different way of finding the fight.
Not only that, he dishes a lot of physical and magical damage now because he just picked up the Daedalus.
Yeah, so anyone who he's gonna find, he's gonna maybe outside of the Spectre, he's gonna
insta delete.
Yeah, pretty much. Like this damage output he can put with this E-Blade Daedalus Shaker combo is very crazy.
Very good way of analyzing it. That was batshit insane. I don't think anyone's gonna live. I mean, like, if we do the maths, I'm pretty sure, he can one-hit the Grimstroke, and he can probably get him before he can even use the Ghost Scepter. Even if you use the Ghost Scepter, you get shotgun.
Let's see who he finds. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Just 3.5k. Don't mind me. I'm just looking for the creeps. Just gonna surf on through here.
Because that's the way from attacks target and way from charges too. So.
And with the enchant totem plus
the
Daedalus.
Exactly. Ancient totem and Daedalus. Oh boy. It's scary times for Dire right now.
Dude, this is the moment for the Mirana. You just you put on your cutest mount and you just try and convince Pakaz that he shouldn't kill you out of cuteness. Like, look at my kitty, dude. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Think of the pet.
Yeah, he probably doesn't care. He
oh,
just,
good lord. That's your dude. That's your core dude.
Yeah. It took a little bit more, but that's also the thing that you have this E-Blade as well. Not only that you have all this physical damage, you still have this E-Blade adaptive strike combo that is a lot of damage as well at this point in the game still. So.
Yeah, it's like if a CSGO player had an AWP and then whips out a deagle. However, the Horn coming in, they're making a move to the back line. Fiendscoop gets into run almost instantly, and now Pakaz has to do some damage quickly. Aegis has already been taken away from him. KXY, Ghost Scepter, actually going to move away. Curse that E-Blade to protect him on the side. Michael does jump in, looking for the stun, but no, he can't get the Echo Slam out. The stun follow-up might actually stop him from doing anything. The arrow through as well. Beautifully chained by Omega to ensure that the Earthshaker cannot even cast his ultimate. The buybacks do come out from Infamous. They know they need to fight right now, but can they find it? Shotgun through. They'll say goodbye to the kitty again. Mirana is dead. At least he didn't die to one right click this time. But they're back in their base. They realize that it's good they forced some buybacks out, but also, oh no, we just forced some buybacks out. We don't want to fight them again.
They're gonna EDM morphing now though. They know they don't have on, so they wanna maybe they wanna end the game actually with this DD. I'm not sure if they can do it, but they might try it.
Does he? I'm pretty sure he just takes like a quarter of the health off the Ancient straight away. I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think that might be correct. But at least they don't have many buybacks, so this is a very high risk, high reward play. They either win the game here or they can pretty much lose the game here as well. So let's see what.
They can't hear you over the sound of death. They move and the stomp comes down. Morphling! He waveformed in. BKB though, he's able to fight up against him and Oscar has to run away, but he's already dead. They're just ignoring Mini Guy. They can turn on him now, but instead they try to hit the throne. They decide that actually need to do with Spectre instead. Echo Slam in. Duel on the backline to ensure Void Spirit can't get involved. They'll finally kill the Spectre. They'll be able to close out this game. The buyback comes out from the Void Spirit, but you still haven't killed them all. The throne is going to be attacked. GG is going to be cool. And Infamous take this series 2-1 with, I mean, I want to say a very close first game, but the rest of this series, it felt like